Oh, good. All right, everybody. Eric is up.
Eric is up, y'all.
Oh, bring me coffee you can cut with a knife. I'm gonna drive all the night through. I've been ruffling feathers the whole of my life. Now there's something I have to do. Family occasions led to humiliation, just seem to end in a fight. I'm getting too old, coming in from the cold. Tomorrow I'm making it right. This time I'm invited, I'm more than delighted. I can walk in with my head high. I'll be shaved, I'll be shackled, the paths have been level, so I have every reason to try. Well, I want my head clear, so I'll stay off the field. My demons will be out of sight. Coming in from the cold, tomorrow I'm making it right. I've been out of the loop, not part of the truth. Out on the fringes so long, out of mind, out of sight, out of the light. Now I just need to belong. So bring me coffee to keep me awake and wind me up for my return. I have bridges to cross, bridges to build, and one or two bridges to burn. Well, I mean to be early, they'll say that's the first, so I have to drive through the night. Coming in from the cold, tomorrow I'm making it right. Yes, I'm getting too old, coming in from the cold, tomorrow I'm making it right.
I believe I understand this, and you tell me if I've got this.
Yeah.
So it feels like you're this person who has been estranged from their family, and they're like driving back to kind of reconnect.
Yeah.
Very clear in that first verse. Bring me a coffee you can cut with a knife. I love that. I'm going to drive all the night through. I've been ruffling feathers the whole of my life. Now there's something that I have to do. Family occasions led to humiliation and just seem to end in a fight. But I'm getting too old, coming in from the cold. Tomorrow I'm making it right. So the only part of the song that I'm wondering if, it's not, there's nothing wrong with it as it is.
Yeah.
It's almost pretty much totally done. I just, when you get to I'm getting too old, coming in from the cold, tomorrow I'm making it right. Everything up to that point is so, like you've really gotten something that you hadn't gotten before, and it's really clear the way you say, that I've done this my whole life. If there's these patterns, I'm gonna make it right. But is it just because you're old? I mean, if you were still young, would you not be doing this? I really like you, and then you go, I'm getting too old. Like, oh, now that you're like, now that you need somebody to help you or something, is that the only reason you're gonna mend these fences? So then I don't like you as much. So I want to like you.
I get that.
And I do understand I'm getting too old. Like I'm getting too old for this anger.
Original working title for this was like Prodigal Son.
Well, that's
the sort of story, and it's I get your point, and it's one of my sort of unreliable witness songs, where in actual fact, it's nothing like me.
Well, you've really tapped into something that is somebody, because it doesn't feel like you wrote it about.
Bits of people that I know.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And it's such a powerful thing that people go through, especially when they get a certain age, they go, you know what, I'm gonna bury the hatchet. It's so powerful.
Yes.
But I wonder, because that is just such a repetition place in the song. It's such a big place for the line. I'm getting too old. I'm coming in from the cold is great, but I'm getting too old feels like it just is too pat. It's just too like, I'm old, so I'm not going to make up with you people,
Yeah.
And that's not, to me, the depth of this person.
The intention is that it's just hard work constantly being in conflict with people. Why do we do it?
Right.
There's something so much better than that.
Right. That's great. But that's not I'm getting too old. That's
a different thing.
This
is So
if you can, and I don't mean you have to squish it all into that couple of syllables, but that feeling of I'm tired of holding like I don't want to hold on to this negativity or anger.
It's too much to hold coming in from the chorus.
Yeah, just say hold.
Yeah, the hold is the word. Is the word, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking if you say, I'm not supposed to do this.
That's okay.
If you're feeling old, you can still be young, but you feel like
it's still an emphasis on I'm just doing this because I'm tired, not because I really like you people.
So
there's a depth. There's more depth to me in this character.
So there's all sorts of coming back in the fold. There's all sorts of stuff.
Oh yeah. I love coming back in the fold too.
Coming back in the fold.
Nice.
Coming out of the cold tomorrow, making it right.
Making it right too. That's a straight it, and I know what you're alluding to.
Yes.
But it feels like it was like one big family argument that like topped all the others, and you're to blame, and you're gonna go fix it. That's all that all got stuck in my head when I heard that go by every time. So I just would also explore that line.
Making things right. It's
Yeah, I mean it could be that
setting it right. I don't know.
It's the it that's bothering me.
Yeah. Okay.
So and that's just me. I get really bothered by a straight it. That's why it drove me nuts to write. There's nothing I can do about it now. So every time I got to that line, I had to, in the previous line, I had to describe what that was I was talking about, and it had to change with every verse. It was really a nightmare. But anyway, so I would say that's not a bad line. It's just I would leave myself flexible around that to see if there's a way to not have an it there, because you're talking about a long period of time and a pattern and a series of events. And then when you make allude to something that says it, I think the it you mean is my relationship with my family.
Yeah, it's about putting things right.
Putting things right might be better.
Setting things right. Yeah.
Setting things right, putting things right. That might be good. I would experiment with that.
Can I say?
Yeah.
This is just, we're not supposed to do this.
That's all right.
You can say, just switch, there are two letters, just say making us right.
Making us right.
Talking about a group of people, the whole song.
Yeah, but maybe not all the people are.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that fixes.
Here.
It makes me wonder what that means. So if I stop in the middle of a song going, what does that mean? Then I get lost and I miss the next 3 lines. No, you're fine. But thank you for sharing.
I'll be here all week.
And I love and then it develops in the second verse. This time I'm invited, I'm more than delighted. So there's been some headway. That there's a story being told. It's not just a guy driving, not knowing if these people are going to connect with him again. There's been some conversations. I love that this time I'm invited gives me so much information. Mm-hmm. And he's not telling me, he's not like telling them what they did. Like, this time you invited me, or, it's basically, he's talking to, I guess you're talking to the cosmos, but
talking to the coffee man, talking to the stranger on the road, really.
You're talking to the steering wheel as you're driving to wherever you're going.
So, and that's the other thing, the word bring. I feel like if you're going to say bring, that means you're sitting in your car and they're bringing it to you in your car, because this feels like this song, it feels like my movie of the song, and this might just be me taking it the wrong way, I feel like you're in the car.
Right.
But you might not be in the car. Maybe you're going to drive. Let's see. You probably said, "I'm going to drive." There it is. I would almost lean toward pour me a coffee.
Yeah, we got it.
That makes me feel like you're standing at the barrister, or
Yeah.
you're in a drive-through line, or you're
Pour
pour
me
me
a
a
coffee.
coffee. It feels like somebody's
Yeah.
there hearing you.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting how that one little word
Yeah.
can open
Yeah.
up a different way of seeing the movie?
Yeah.
Bring me a coffee means they're not where you are. You might be on the phone. There's all sorts of,
Let the piano man sing me a song.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But bring means a whole different movie to me. And it's also not as clear, but pour me means you're right there standing within pouring earshot to the dude pouring you a coffee. So that's a good thing. So this time around I'll be shaved, I'll be shoveled, the paths have been leveled. So I have every reason to try. I want my head clear, so I'll stay off the beer. My demons will be out of sight. More information. Maybe there was some drinking that caused some of the argument, you know. And then, again, it's so brilliant up to that point, and then it's a bit of a letdown, because I'm getting too old. If you can make that line shift into something that really keeps the brilliance on that other level, this song will be perfect, I think. I love your rhymes are so fresh. I've been out of the loop, not part of the troop. So that feels like a family that's just been getting along without you, that feels this wonderful, all this inside information in one word. I love that. Out on the fringes so long, out of my mind, out of sight, out of the light. Now I just need to belong. I wondered if now I just want to belong. You'd have to decide. Need again. Need means I don't have any choice. I'm stuck with you people. I'm getting too old. Somebody's going to have to clean my dribble, so I might as well make up. That's not the guy that I want to believe in. The guy I want to believe is, I'm so thrilled. I'm going to reconnect with you, and all I want is I want to be here. I don't need to be here. I want to be here.
Well,
That's stronger.
Now I'm so pleased to belong. Something like that. No, it's okay.
It feels a little polite.
Okay, now I just want to belong.
Or maybe there's another word that's like want.
I was thinking as far as the age thing, using that to say something about the years have made your heart softer, or the years have made you, more mature, wiser, or those aren't the words, but like the years have broken my body, so now I'm going to crawl back. It's more like,
but I love,
and that's
I think that's a really creative way to talk about the years. And there's years that have gone by that feel like this has been a long time, estranged. But I love that if you can write a song that a person of any age could sing, a 30-year-old who's estranged, coming back to their family, would be so powerful to have that, and then more people would cut it. That's the other thing I was thinking about. So pour me a coffee to keep me awake and wire me up for my return. I have bridges, this is great. I have bridges to cross, bridges to build, and 1 or 2 bridges to burn. I have to be early, some say it's a first. Or what did you say? You said something different than I have to be early.
They'll say it's first. Is it?
No, you said something besides I have to be early.
Oh, I need to be early. I don't know. What did I sing? I changed them after I've written them. Then I forget to re-edit. I mean to be early.
So here's a little tiny tweak. Okay, so I have to be early. If you take that by itself, and you're not in the song, and I say, what does that phrase mean to you? I have to be early. It doesn't, out of context, it doesn't really tell you much. I have to be early could mean I have to, period early. It could mean any number of things that aren't the song.
It was I mean to be early is what I sing now, I think.
Right, I mean to well, either way, it's just like, I wonder if it would sing to say I'm getting there early, or I'm gonna arrive, or that's not the right. If you can place yourself, it has to flow with that melody, which is so good. Da 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 da. So I'm getting there early. You may not sing great, but that would be something I would explore, just to see if you can make that. Because if I say, what does it mean if I say to you, I have to be early? It's much more vague than I'm getting there early.
What about I'm showing up early?
I'm showing up early, that might sing. I play
Yeah,
around
yeah.
with that. There's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
one that'll,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Nothing wrong with the way it is, but that's
Right,
just
yeah.
something else I would look at. And then some say that's a first.
They'll say it's the first.
They'll say it's a first is better, yeah.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
say it's a first. So I have to drive through the night because I'm getting too old to move.
Yeah.
So really, just that major thing that I would love to see change is that line about being
Yeah.
old. Otherwise, it's a perfect song. It's such a great. So many people can relate to that song. You know, we all have that thing in our family, those estrangements that, you know.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. And I think you could get a lot of people to consider cutting that if you
I shall do a rework.
if you
Thank
just
you.
work it right in there.